I have my contours laid out here in order that I use them. And I used to use a different brush for each contour, but
I still do.
I don't anymore.
I know you don't.
I don't anymore. And we're going to just walk you through. I'll talk about what I'm doing, she'll talk about what she's doing. We both use the same concept, but they apply a little bit differently, just as to the user's preference.
Yeah.
I'm using a pressed powder. It's like a bronzer by CoverGirl from the Queen collection. You can see how dark this is. And this is
I think I just that's basically
the same one, yeah. We use the same one. I have just this really cheapo brush from Walmart. It was like $3. Sorry. It was very inexpensive. You can wash this out with soap and water with like Dawn dish detergent. I just take the tip and I kind of squeeze it into an oval shape. And then I just pick up some of my pressed powder. And I'm going to start contouring with my cheeks. From my ear, coming down towards my mouth. This is somewhat in a crescent moon shape. If you want to go more angular, you can go straight. You can go opposite, and it'll make you look like you have sunken in cheeks. It's really up to you. I do this because when I smile, it goes with the apple of my natural face. So when I'm done, it'll accent the curves of my actual face instead of just making all new curves. But you can make all new curves if you want.
Well, Twat also has a more feminine face, a rounder face than I do. So when I apply my shadow right where my cheek is, and that automatically starts giving my face a different kind of shape. But I have a very strong kind of oval face shape.
I'm going to apply up here at my temple, from my eye. This is going to help round the top of my face out and also create an instant cheekbone. Because wherever you want light to be, thank you, wherever you want light to be, you also need shadow to show it off. Otherwise, it's all one plane. And without the dark, there would be no light. Oh,
So deep.
I know, right?
Who knew?
But so fucking true.
A good way that I learned, I didn't understand this idea at first until I actually got a picture of RuPaul. I was supposed to work at Lips on a celebrity night, so I had to impersonate someone, so I thought RuPaul, and I got a picture, and then you printed up a picture of me, of her in black and white, and I really understood
it's always
what colors can do, so that's a good idea for you to do. So take a picture of yourself
and print it in black and
Print it in
white.
black
And
and
you'll
white.
see your own planes of your face that maybe you hadn't seen before. So what I just did is I ran my brush from my ear under my chin. This is going to just create the sense that the colors I'm applying to my face are all over my body. That it's not just cheeks, or it's not just my nose, or whatever. That they continue everywhere my body's going to make a shadow. And all I've done is gone with the dark brown right now, and I'm going to jump into my medium color.
Okay, I do my nose also. I contour my nose to make it less wide. I try to make it thinner.
I do the same thing, but just not in that color brown. I'm using CoverGirl pressed powder. It just comes in this little thing. I take the other brush out and use the same brush that I just used. I'm going to go over where I went with the brown and up a little bit higher. Always using a red tone helps you look alive. If you just use tones without any red, you'll look painted, but you won't look like you're living. You look like a zombie or ashy. And you definitely don't want that.
I'm gonna try and catch up with you because I don't do it in this order, but I'm gonna catch up. What I'm using is Black Radiance. It's a baked blush. It's really dark red. I think this is also on the sheet. And I just apply it, kind of overlapping most of the brown that I just put on.
I always keep a roll of toilet paper to, if I'm starting to sweat or if I need to wipe my brush off. So that's my medium. I'm going to grab a little tiny brush and use the same medium color to contour my nose like chocolate just did with the thing I like about the CoverGirl is that it has somewhat of a shimmer in it. So when the light hits it, or when light is on your face, it's not just color lines, it's like a little bit of a shine, so it kind of blends into your skin. It doesn't look like you just have lines painted on your face.
Now I'm just using, for me, a lighter color of red and just going over right above the dark red. It looks like two stripes for right now, but my next step kind of blends all the colors together. And it's easier for me to blend once I have all the colors on my face, instead of trying to blend them at once because I'm too particular and it takes me too long.
I'm going to jump into a lighter shade of same CoverGirl stuff, it's just a little bit lighter. I'm going to dust around all of the perimeters to make it appear that these are shadows on my face instead of stripes. And this helps diffuse the lines that I've created so far.
I know when I first started doing this, I was like, this is way too much makeup.
Mm-hmm.
I look like a clown. But then it all comes together at the very end.
Oh yeah.
It all comes together.
Yeah, always. So I'm kind of diffused now. You can still see some stripage, but we have more to go.
I think I would get there and then get scared, oh my god.
Yeah, because you're not, every step you're like, what, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? But if you just keep practicing these layers, for us it's about layers. Some girls don't, they don't care. They use one color brown just to make it look like they have cheekbones, and that's it.
And that's it.
But the difference is that you can be in bright daylight. You could be at a nightclub where it's really dark, but your face looks like it's whatever you've painted is really your structure with all these layers. This is the only product I like by MAC. It's just a little hot pink blush. I put just a little bit on, and this is, like I said before, bringing red into my face to make me look a little bit more alive. It's a little darker, so it helps make my cheekbones look like they're more full at the top and more recessed in the shadow.
And I use a dark Black Radiance sheer blush. It's called Plum Sorbet. It's a very, what's left of it, it's a very dark red. And it's for the same reason, just to warm up my face so that I don't just have brown.
Oh, the one step I did forget is under my lip. I like to have a little bit of a shadow to make it look like my lips are large and if they're projecting a shadow right beneath. And it also brings the color throughout my face instead of just stripage. So now I'm going to jump into one of my other favorite products by CoverGirl. It's a cheekbone creator, I guess. And it has 3 different shades. This has shimmer in it again. And I'm going to go with just the middle color right over the darkest part of my cheekbone. I'm going to take the lighter color and paint over that, building up towards underneath my eye. And this really helps erase the stripes that were there more prominent a couple steps ago. And then I take a lightest and go right under my eye. And you can kind of see it has a little bit of a sheen. So it really makes it look like these shadows are part of my face instead of on my face.
Do you highlight your forehead?
I do.
Do you? Okay.
My next step is, I don't have the brush for it.
Which one?
My white brush. I'll just use this. It's fine. This is a really inexpensive product. It's a pressed powder. It's called the Femme. You can find it at Gable's Beauty Supply, or you can find it at some cheap dollar beauty stores. It's about $6 or $7 for the compact, but that is opposed to having paid $14 or more. So we're going to start highlighting. Are you ready to highlight? So I highlight with white, pure white. And
I
she
highlight
highlights
with
banana.
With banana. It's it comes in a jar. It's at
Gable's Beauty Supply. It's by Ben Nye.
Ben Nye.
It's a loose powder. This is a pressed powder for me. So I don't have my little white brush, but I'm just going to try to do this. I just pick a little up on my brush I'm going right under my eye.
And it's like an instant facelift, instant cheekbones.
Yeah, if you can see the difference between this side really pops and this is just kind of flat.
I don't start with my cheeks, I start with my forehead. And notice this powder gets kind of messy, but I like the result. It just lightens my skin up just a little bit on my forehead.
And I would suggest banana for you, for your highlight. Other girls use topaz, but it's just a little darker.
Yeah.
It pops
not as
in
bright.
bright light, but it doesn't pop in dim light. And one of the things you do have to start thinking about is that people are going to be taking pictures of you and you don't know what kind of quality camera they have. The flashes on different cameras vary so much that one camera could pick up every bit of makeup you have and the other flash would just show barely anything. I'm just going down the bridge of my nose with this white. And then I'm going to do my nostrils right on the top. Wherever light would normally hit. So I'm imagining light coming down from in front but from above, definitely.
And for me, this is why I have 3 brushes. I use one brush for each of my powders because now that you see my nose is all messy, I use my dark brush and then shadow my nose and get all the excess off of it.
I'm also going to take a little bit of white and go right underneath where I've created that dark line for my cheekbone, and that helps pop it right out of my face. And I also take a little bit on my chin and right above my top lip. And although subtle, it really creates more of a structure to my face than I have normally.
Should I use the banana too, or?
I would go lighter.
There's one called vanilla, not vanilla. Is it vanilla? It's the lightest
It
one.
is.
I think it's called vanilla.
It's a loose powder just like that,
Yeah.
but you're gonna need a lighter, brighter than banana. Banana, I think, would be a good base for you for your normal setting. It's a little lighter than you, but you want that to pop all these. It's like I said, it's harder to put light on than it is to put dark on. Dark goes right on instantly, and we've used 6 shades to create all of this. And it's not just about one or the other, it's about blending everything and layering everything. So my contour is pretty much done, is yours done? Okay. So we're gonna jump into our eyes.
Taco, can you go this way? And the head's in the middle, so
Yeah.
awesome.
Again, our very favorite eye makeup is Medusa's makeup. We use eye dust. We're gonna be showing you how to apply using I'm gonna use 4 colors,
I'm going
Chocolate's
to
gonna
use
use
3.
3.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be using Black Sabbath, but we purchased Helter Skelter for you. Helter Skelter has a little bit of a shimmer to it.
You don't know one?